How's it going, guys? Nathan of Nathan's DIY Garage, and today we are going to put the rear airbags in the back of this E53 X5. So a lot of you guys have the same problem with the rear air suspension, it leaking down. You can hear it hissing in the back, or even if you don't hear it, every time you get in, the compressor's running to pump everything up, or it's sitting crooked. So what we're going to do here, so far we just pulled the tray out of the bottom, which is right here. Obviously you can figure that out. We just lifted the door off the side. There's no screws in it. You just pull it off. And as soon as we did that, we pulled the 30 amp fuse that goes right here in the very back of that. And that immediately turns off the compressor. So we'll put that in a safe place. We're putting that back in after we're done. I'm kind of stand in the sunlight here. We're out in the bright sunlight. It's nice and warm, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to video in. So we have two 10mm bolts we got to take out. We are on the passenger side on this one. One of them is right here in this big hole. Just a little plastic nut. There's another one right here. We just loosen them up. We're going to go and lift that out. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to go inside. We're going to pull the seat release. And then we're going to come up here, and there's two tabs we're going to pry out. Okay, so we're in the passenger side rear door, and we have two little tabs. They have Phillips heads. Usually they don't come out. We'll go ahead and try it anyway. It was actually coming out a little bit, but the head's totally stripped, and it's pretty much just junk. And you get you a nice pry tool like this, and you're just going to pop it up out of there. Just like that. Going to put him off to the side where you're not going to lose him. As I said that, he just fell down in the seat. I'm going to go and pry this guy here out too. Kind of hard to do one-handed. There we go. We're going to put him up there too out of the way. And now we have one more back there. How about if I show you in the picture? All filming wasn't even pointing in the right spot. We're going to go ahead and pry this guy out. We came in from the back. Just like that. We just put him just like that right there. And now we should be able to lift this whole piece out. Change hands here. And we're going to have to try to get it over the stud. So I'm going to put the camera down and we're going to pop it out. Okay, so we just popped it out. We just took our little screwdriver, got down in here, or a little pry tool, popped it up over the stud. It was real easy. And just pull it out. There's no need to pull this panel out. A lot of guys make that mistake. That allows us to get to the strut. And back here you can see the actual top of the airbag. Okay, so all we've done now, we just jacked the car up in the back. And so both back wheels are off the ground. We have a jack stand right here supporting it. And at this point in time, we can see the airbag. The airbag is right there. And you can reach under here and you can feel the clip. And it's just going to be a slide clip. You just slide out of the bottom. That's going to hook up from the bottom. But for right now, let's go up top and unhook that part. Okay, so we're in the passenger side rear door. Let's go ahead and get this boot pulled out. And it exposes the airline just like that. Now we're going to have 3 clips. Let me get a pair of needle nose pliers and we're going to take this clip out that holds the line in. Okay, so I couldn't get it one-handed, but what you're going to do, you're going to take a pair of needle nose. That's going to be down there like this. Let me get you down. You're going to squeeze. There's a tab right there. Tab right there. You're going to squeeze that side together and that's going to release that. You're just going to pop it off. And you can see the tabs a little better here when I pull it up. And that's all that does. If you have air in the system, be cautious of pulling that off. Go slow with it. At this point in time, we can see the top of the airbag. We can see the air fitting. We're going to take our little pry tool and see if I can do this with one hand. And we're going to, probably not going to be able to do it with one hand. We're going to pry that little clip up. Okay, so here's the clip. I just popped it out. Let's get over here and look. And I was actually trying to pry the wrong way. I was trying to pry it back up under here. We're actually going to pry on the front, and you can see on the front, the whole thing lifts up. There's a little gap in it right there, and you pry that up and just slip it off. So we got to do our other one, and then after we do this one, we're ready to go under the car and pop that one off. Okay, so on the bottom, all we did was reach under there with this big, long, nasty screwdriver. You can use a pry bar. We reached under from the car, the back control arm, and this guy right here clips on the bottom of the airbag right there. So once you pull the clip out, you should, this one's kind of wadded up though. If your airbag's not totally roached, you should be able to pull it out. This one's kind of all mangled up, so what we're probably going to have to do, we're probably going to have to get up under here, try to pry it down like that. It's just all knotted up and jacked up. There we go. And you can see just how rotten that thing is. Just totally jacked up, totally gone. And we have two new ones. We're gonna go and replace this one. Let me go grab it and I'll show you the comparison. All right, so here's the new one versus the old one. And as you can see a little better now, this clip just clips on the bottom of here. And how we're gonna put that back in, we're gonna use a long screwdriver again, and we're just gonna push. Camera, why are you so dark for? We're just gonna push and pry against this and push this clip on like that, and it's going to sit right there in the middle. That's how you install the bottom. Now what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and put the clips on the top, I remember right. So we're going to go and put it in. We're of course going to remove this guy and hook all the top up, and then we're going to line the bottom up with the hole in the control arm. And what you have to do, if it won't go in there, you might have to put the fuse back in the compressor a little bit and let this thing basically air out a little bit so that seats all the way in the hole, and then you can reach under there and pop that back in. Okay, so but it's kind of a pain in the ass. Make sure that you have the right airbag for the right side. There is a left and a right. This peg right here, the alignment peg, is different, so if you have the wrong one, then it's not going to work out for you. So before we put the airline back on, we're going to spray that fitting with some of our lithium grease, or deoxit. And this has deoxidizer and stuff in it, along with lithium grease. That's going to make it slide on there easy and keep that from corroding. And then, like I told you guys before, you're going to end up with an airbag that is not down all the way. You might be able to pull it down, but probably what we're going to do, I'll touch the compressor, the fuse in just for a second, and we'll let it air down and pop out, and then we're just going to line our peg up right there in her hole, and then we're going to push our clip back on it, and then we are done short of putting the plastic pieces back together. Okay, so here we're back. We had a little problem with that airbag. With the new one, the nipple on the top is a little bit bent, like it got damaged in shipping, so we had to tap that down a little bit. It's bent up and it wouldn't latch onto it. So once we did that, we went ahead and slid the clip in the bottom, and what we ended up doing, I put a jack stand under this wheel, let it down, put the fuse back in the pump, and then it finally pumped down a little bit and put it down the hole, so you can actually get the clip in the bottom of it. And the clip, we pushed it with my fingers. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty simple, and everything is sitting down off the jack right now, and everything is aired up and it's not leaking. So you want to make sure that before you put all the covers back in on inside that you don't have any leaks up here, and mainly only at this fitting right there. So we're gonna go ahead and reassemble this. This thing is done. Sorry about the sun, guys. It was so sunny earlier. We got her knocked out though. That's the DIY how to do it. These are about 90 bucks, free shipping off eBay. There's no reason to pay somebody, I've heard numbers as high as $1,600 to do this job. No reason to do that. It's a $100 job. Anybody with basic experience could do it. Just always remember, you probably need 2 people to make it easier on yourself. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.